Well, since the October 7 atrocities committed by Hamas Islamic radicals, where 1,200 Israelis were slaughtered, dozens of women raped and their corpses paraded to cheering crowds in Gaza screaming Allah Akbar, and 130 hostages taken, Islamic hate preachers here in Sydney have been exposed like never before. I'd always hoped that our Muslim community would integrate in the same way other religions have, but I'm shocked and am struggling to believe the mantra that Islam is a religion of peace. I'm going to play 2 minutes of the latest Muslim hate preacher who has come to light. What you're about to see is from a sermon given at the Lakemba Mosque, just down the road from this studio, by Imam Abdul Salem Zaud. Now, this Imam is a member of the Australian National Imams Council. He's a member of that council's Australian Fatwa Council. Why the Australian National Imams Council has a Fatwa Council is anyone's guess, given the life of Salman Rushdie, but nonetheless they do. Now, despite sounding like ISIS, he is a mainstream Australian Muslim theologian, supposedly in good standing. What you're about to see is in Arabic, but please read the subtitles carefully and follow along. I apologise to the podcast listeners. You will need to access the video from the ADH TV website to see the violence in the name of Islam this Imam incites, not just against Jews, but Christians and other religions as well. Take a look.
التي دفعت من أجل تحسين وتجميل وتلميع صورة اليهود راحت كلها هباء منثورا، وعادت الشعوب مرة أخرى تناكف اليهود وتتكلم عن صهيونيتهم وعدائهم وقتلهم وعدم رحمتهم للخلق، وأنهم عدو مجرم متوحش صائر ظالم تعدى على أرض الناس وبغى عليهم، وهذا من تدبير الله عز وجل وحكمه غير المرئية. العالم اليوم انكشف، الناس كلهم اجتمعوا ضد أهل الإسلام. قتادة قال الأديان 6، 5 للشيطان و1 للرحمن. فاليهود والنصارى والصابئة والمجوس والمشركين من بوذ وسيخ وهندوس واللادينيين كلهم ضدك أيها المسلم. لذلك فالعالم اليوم يقف مذهولا أمام قدرة وقوة المقاومة، والحقيقة أنها تثبيت من الله عز وجل للمجاهدين أنه لا حل إلا بالجهاد في سبيل الله، والجهاد ماض إلى قيام الساعة. فلا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا الخلفاء الراشدون ولا الدولة الأموية ولا العباسية ولا غيرهم فتحوا العالم بالسلم ولا بالمفاوضات ولا بالتنازلات ولا بالتفاهمات، وإنما فتحوها بالجهاد في سبيل الله. وليس القصد من الجهاد في سبيل الله قتل الناس ولا الاستيلاء على أراضيهم، إنما القصد من الجهاد تفذيل العقبات من أجل أن ينتشر الدين ويحكم الإسلام. Jihad for the sake of Allah is the only way to liberate and retrieve Palestine and other occupied Muslim countries, and that Allah commanded us to prepare as much strength as we can. Then Allah Almighty said, and prepare against them whatever you are able or power and all steeds of war by which you may terrify the enemy of Allah and your enemy and others beside them, whom you do not know, but whom Allah knows.
Now, the Australian Council of Imams and whoever runs the Lakemba Mosque should immediately denounce this hatred and incitement of violence. Imagine if a Christian made a rant like this from St Mary's Cathedral calling for violence against a particular racial or religious group. The media would be all over it. He or she would immediately be defrocked in disgrace. Now, I'm all for free speech, but free speech crosses a line when it incites violence. This Imam should be deported. If that can't be done, he should be charged for inciting violence. And if that can't be done, he should be expelled from the Australian Imams Council. The Albanese government seems to be more obsessed with Islamophobia than with anti-Semitism. But imams like Abdul Salem Zaud give Australians every reason to have a rational fear of Islam. Local Islamic leaders need to step up and to prove to Australians that their religion is indeed a religion of peace.